Hello guys, Belle here. Going to give you a nice breakdown and walkthrough of the new World Quest system in Legion. There's a lot involved with World Quest, so I felt like it was necessary, in addition to doing an article for the PDQ, I wanted to go ahead and do a video just to kind of highlight some things so that you guys have a really good grasp going into Legion of how you can really utilize these World Quests for gear and other elements throughout Legion that you will need. Now, they are a new concept, so this is something that is new to Legion, as I'm sure most of you guys have already done your proper reading and research to find out about, and they're every day. Now, these are different from dailies in the sense of there's no daily reset per se. Each world quest actually has its own timer, and it depends on the level of difficulty. Now, let's go ahead and talk about how you're going to unlock the world quests. First of all, you do need to be level 110. And once you hit level 110, you will have a quest that's called a world quest. And this basically entails you earning friendly with the following factions. Now, the good thing to note about earning friendly with the following major factions, which is Valajar, Dreamweaver, High Mountain Tribe, Court of Ferondis, and the Nightfallen. This will be really easily done if you're going through the leveling process. So if you're leveling on each zone accordingly, you will gain friendly, and you should be pretty much friendly by the time you're level 110. You might have a couple things to do left in Suramar for the Nightfallen, but getting friendly is actually really easy. So it's not going to be a real daunting task. Now, once this is done, you will unlock the world quest. You will also get something called a Flight Master's Whistle. Now, this Flight Master's Whistle, basically, it's an on-use. It's on a 5-minute cooldown. You can only use it in Broken Isles, and you can request a pickup to the nearest Flight Master. So this is actually something that's really handy for you to be able to use, and you do get this upon getting access to world quests, which once you turn in a world quest to Khadgar in Dalaran, you actually do get that whistle. Now, before I show you what the whistle use looks like, it's important to note here that you also, with your world quest, have a very small chance to spawn on Eye of Ashara. I haven't actually seen that live and in action, but it's a very small chance, so probably not many people have seen it. So let's go ahead and show you what your little whistle looks like here. And as you see, for my map, I'm not near a Flight Master, but I'm also not really far. So I'm going to go ahead and use this whistle. Oh, well, that's really handy. So then you're taken to the appropriate closest flight path, which you've seen where I was at before, so that is the closest flight path, which that's super duper handy. I really like that, and I think this is going to be a nice little teleportation device that you can use even if you're not using it for a world quest. So I think that that's pretty awesome. So now that we have that, let's talk about how you're going to start utilizing this world quest and everything that's involved in that. So the first thing that's important to note here is you will see your world quest information on your map. That's going to be where you find everything that you need. Now, the hovering over each world quest, which I'm going to go through each map and show you, hovering over and seeing that tooltip is going to give you all the details that you'll possibly need. You're going to get everything you need to know about the world quests. It's going to tell you a breakdown on the name of the quest, the difficulty of the quest, which we're actually going to talk about how you can tell the difference just by looking at the icons here in a minute. You'll be able to get the quest type, what reputation is awarded if that is pertinent there, and the time left on the quest. Now remember, we talked about each quest being on its own time, which as you see here, it does say time left 3 days for this specific quest. Now the time is going to depend on how difficult the quest is. Obviously, the more difficult the quest is going to be, the more the length of time you are going to have to be able to complete this. Now, another cool thing here is each realm will have the same set of quests. So it's going to be really easy for you guys to be able to group up with other people in your guild and on your realm to be able to get these done because it is realm specific. Now, Blizzard's created hundreds of these quests, so the odds of actually repeating completed quests are minimal, which is kind of cool. And Blizzard has also stated in several Q&As that they plan on adding even more throughout Legion. So definitely going to have a lot to do here. Now, with these being on a time limit and different than a daily because they each have their own time limit, completing, let's say you complete a ton of them in one zone, it's not going to make any more of them respawn up. It won't pop up until it's time for that quest to pop up. Now, let's talk about how you can tell what quests there are on your map here. Now, world quests are going to offer every single kind of quest you could possibly imagine. Pet battles, professions, PvP, and acquiring good item level gear. So you're going to get a plethora of different options here to be able to choose from. So for the different icons, just to kind of give you a walkthrough here, the cross swords is going to be your PvP ones here. It does tell you the rewards, gives you a description. You can fly right to it. Once you fly right to it, stuff does pop on your screen. Later on in the video, I will have an example of one that I did for one of the gathering professions for herbalism. I did one of the world quests. So I do have an example of what that looks like so that you guys can have a visual of that. Now, the purple with the dragon. The purple with the dragon, I just need to remember which map I saw that on, which I want to say it's probably going to be not on any single map that I chose. Asuna. Okay. And we have the purple question mark with the dragon border. Now, this specific world quest involves a world boss. So likely going to want to complete this with other people, but as you see, the reward is pretty substantial because you do get artifact power, and it actually grants quite a bit of artifact power in this instance. So definitely a good one to have there. Now, your next one is going to be there's going to be one that has a blue, this one's the blue exclamation point with the dragon border. This is a world quest that involves a group to kill a rare elite mob. As you see here, you do get artifact power. It's actually pretty nice. So that's definitely good to have there. Then you also have another version of that purple one, which I want to say, I'm trying to remember where I saw that. So that's going to be this one. This is actually going to be the blue skull with the dragon border. Now, this specific one is going to involve a group in a dungeon. So as you see, that's what the item level looks like, which we're going to talk about the different item level rewards and the different rewards that you're actually going to be getting with those in a minute. Then you have a normal question mark or a normal exclamation point with a border, which I don't know that I actually seen any on the map. So I'm just going to kind of look if I can find one for you guys real quick to show you what that looks like. But I don't remember seeing one on any of the maps I was on, to be perfectly honest. But that, the normal exclamation point with the dragon border, that does involve a small group, 2 to 3 people, to kill a less deadly elite mob. So that's going to be a little bit more difficult, but not as difficult as others. Yeah, it looks like I'm not going to be able to find a normal one. And then you have the normal one, which is just your normal exclamation point. These are going to be found all over every map, as you saw. And as you see, this one has 13 hours left. It probably isn't very old, but you do get some small rewards for that, artifact power, stuff like that, which is going to be really good, especially if you're leveling alts, artifact weapons. So you'll have multiple opportunities with these world quests to be able to gain that artifact power for multi-speccing. Now, the ones that I didn't mention were going to be the profession ones. So they will have the profession icon, so it'll be obvious that that's the fact. And actually, the one later is going to be the herbalism one I'm going to show you, and it actually had like a little leaf on it to show me. So you have, this is the slab of bacon. Hello, it's bacon. Who's not happy about that? A lot of you guys, including myself, were happy to see bacon in-game because I think it was long overdue. Then you also have the pet battle ones. Those are obvious because it does have the pet paw, so that pretty much shows you exactly where it's at. And then I want to locate I know there's going to be one on this map for the herbalism, and I wanted to show you what that looked like, but I guess I don't know where it's at. Oh, there it is. So here's your one for your herbalism, and there'll be ones for pretty much all the professions at any given moment. It's not going to be all in one day, obviously, and some of these for the world quest for like the professions, you're actually going to need them to be able to unlock like the Fellwort, which that'll be when I do the profession video. It's definitely not going to be this one, but now you've gotten a chance to kind of see what that looks like. You got a chance to see everything that's there for the tooltip as well. Now, it's important to note that there's no cap on the amount of world quests that you can do in a day. So you could pretty much just go ham sandwich doing all your reward, all your world quests. If you have like a day of the week where you just do nothing but game, you're going to get some pretty lucrative things there. So it's definitely worth it. Now, for the rewards, you're actually going to get the different types of rewards depend on the type of quest. So that's going to be entirely dependent on how difficult the quest is. It varies. As you see this one, the High Mountain Prisoners Rescued, this gives you 87 gold. So that's nice because it's going to be an opportunity for you guys to be able to get gold as well. And then as we've seen, you could get artifact power. And that'll scale based off your artifact knowledge. So as you guys see, just to give you an example, my artifact power, which let me show you what the overlay looks, or the UI looks like. So here, as you see, I'm pretty high on the food chain as far as my artifact power because I've been growing it for quite some time. So because of that, you've seen some of those rewards there are going to be pretty lucrative because I have such a high, I've learned so much from my artifacts. So it's nice to see that stuff scales with you, because at least in this instance, like for this 19-hour one, I'm not going to get like 50 artifact power, which would be really crappy. Now, your profession quests are going to reward the reagents for those, and it will also include the rare items that we had talked about before, like the Fellwort, the Infernal Brimstone, and the Slice of Bacon. And work order profession quests reward various rank 3 recipes, which we'll talk about the different ranks in your Legion professions when the Legion profession video is done. I'm still doing research on that as I'm hand unlocking everything so that I could give you guys a visual on how each profession works. So for each profession, you'll get the things that you need, including rare items from these world quests, which is pretty nice. So with the rewards for the professions, you will have an opportunity to get extra items of things that you need to go along with these professions. And this is for all of them: jewel crafting, inscription, the whole nine. Now, it's also important to note that as far as the profession stuff, this isn't necessarily unique to world quests. You'll be able to get this in a lot of other aspects: questing, dungeons, all other areas. This is just additional options. So this is another place, another way that you can acquire these things on an easier scale. So definitely important to note that here, so that you guys understand that you don't just have to do these world quests. You can do several other things to be able to acquire these, but this will increase the chances of being able to get other things, especially the rare items. So and there's satchels and all kinds of things that you'll get throughout the leveling process here in Legion, so you're definitely not going to be missing anything here. Now, let's talk a little bit about emissary quests and their rewards. Now, every day there's going to be a different set of emissaries here, and that will offer bonus rewards for completing 4 quests of that specific faction. So those are going to be your major factions, as you see, the Court of Ferendis and the Wardens and stuff like that. So you'll complete 4 of those in this row here to be able to unlock these specific rewards, which in these rewards, it varies. Now, you'll be able to see this every day as it will change. It's pretty specific, lets you know exactly where you need to complete the world quest in order to be able to unlock this specific one. So they really took a lot of confusion out of this by making it really, really easy. Now, each emissary does go away after 3 days, so you don't have to worry about logging in every day to miss it, because it lasts for 3 days. So, and it even tells you the time left here for each specific emissary. So there's 7 hours left for this one, so I'm probably going to want to head over to Stormheim, do those 4 world quests, and get what's in, that specific reward. Now, you'll be able to highlight over each one so you know exactly what you're looking for. Now, completing an emissary quest awards 1,500 reputation for that faction in addition to its reward. So if you're wanting to be exalted to be able to purchase from those vendors, this is an easy way for you guys to be able to do that, which is pretty awesome. I definitely appreciate Blizzard kind of thinking outside of the box here and giving you more ways to be able to grind the reputation in a fun manner. It's things you have to do anyway because you want to utilize these rewards. So I personally, I think that they're amazing for doing that, and this is actually one of the best, most well thought out things that I think Blizzard has done in a really long time. So with that, let's talk about the rewards as far as the items, right? It's important to note that there's a scaling that's going to happen with the item level rewards. Now, the base for the world quest is going to be 105. However, the item level will adjust and increase based off your current item level that's also in your inventory. So what you have in your inventory, it's going to adjust based off that. Now, any elite quests or PvP are going to award 815. So as your item level gets higher, the gear that you can obtain is going to get higher with that, which once again, I think this just shows a lot of thought process that Blizzard put into this, because they are allowing that option for higher item levels, so you're not just grinding these world quests for shit gear. Pardon my language, I'm trying to be professional here, but I mean, let's call it what it is, guys. We've done this a million times in previous expansions where we do these quests that are pointless and the gear is just garbage. So I think that this shows that they put a lot of thought process in. Okay, you don't want to raid, cool, you can have the opportunity here to increase your item level with some pretty cool world quests that you get to do and be able to progress through content while still not having to limit yourself to getting crappy quality gear. Now, as I think it can go up to 835 for this world quest gear, and 840 if you do the dungeon world quests, which I think we highlighted. I don't know if it's this one. It's 825. So I think we actually highlighted, I'm trying to find one where we highlighted a dungeon. That's 815. So that is a huge deal as far as the dungeons are concerned, because being able to get 840 item level gear from a world quest while doing a dungeon and getting gear from the dungeon is pretty awesome. Now, you can have several different world quests actually give you different item level rewards at the same time. So it is, like I said, it is going to go according to your inventory. Now, world quests, the rewards for the items as far as gear, it's going to work the same as any other loot in Legion, where you have a chance to have an item level boost on that item. So you have the opportunity to get it Warforged or get in Titan Forged when it drops. Similar to the random upgrade when you got gear in in Draenor for questing and stuff like that, where it could randomly upgrade. This is kind of the same thing, except that it's not going to say, upgrade here. It's just going to show that you got a Titan Warforged, which is going to have smaller item level boosts, and then you have Titan Forge, which is the higher item level boost. So that's definitely something that's important to note as far as that's concerned. So that's pretty much your entire breakdown of what it means to do world quests in Legion. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me my opinion on world quests in Legion, and since I've been progressing through this content, because I've been essentially leveling and I've done everything in Legion so that I can really get an in-depth perspective to be able to give people my honest opinion, I feel like they did a really good thing with these world quests. I'm really excited for this content because I know that content is our biggest problem when it comes to throughout the expansion. So I hope that this video helped you guys understand a little bit better. I know there's lots of people doing guides for this kind of thing, but I think the more different perspective and the more help that you guys can get on this element will just make it a lot easier. Now, I'm going to go ahead and end this video with a little... I did one of the world quests for the herbalism because I did need the Fellwort, which I'll be going over each profession in depth with a quick little 10-minute video of the ranking system. A lot of things have changed with the professions in Legion, and you guys should really be excited about that because money making is on the horizon. But I'm going to leave you guys with this little walkthrough on doing how I did this quest real quick for the world quest so that you guys could see how it works. And I hope that this helped you guys understand. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on the video. If you are new to PWNCAST, make sure you subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all the news and guides and things that will be coming, including in the future for all the guides that I'll be doing once Legion is live for PvE and PvP. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.